A while back, I talked about how Townstar had stopped distributing Towncoin. And when I did that video, I said it was the only game available to play in Gala Games, but you can buy stuff from a whole bunch of their games. Well, turns out there's one other game you can play. It's called Legends Reborn, and we are going to check it out on today's Frugal BC. Hey, what's up, guys? Frugal BC here, and we are talking about, as you know, I am a player of Townstar. I was very frustrated when they shut off the Towncoin distribution. And one of the things I said when I made that video is that it was really the only playable game, but they have all these games in their library. And out of all of them, you can buy NFTs for like a lot of them. There's like 10 last I counted this morning. There's 10 plus Gala Music. And you can buy NFTs for all of them, but you can only play one of them so far. And I think that's a little disturbing, but there is one other game. It is called Heroes Reborn. I've been playing it and it's pretty fun. You can't play it with any NFTs yet, but it does look promising. So we're going to get into that. Before we do, guys, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, I appreciate that a lot. As you know, we do the experiments. We give you the honest truth about crypto. So that's our whole goal. That's my mission here with this channel, is just to bring common sense to crypto, to look at these projects objectively and really try them out and see how well they actually work compared to what their founders say they do. And Gala Games has been one of those. I was pretty excited about Gala Games. I think Townstar is a pretty fun game. It's not the funnest game in the world, but it's pretty fun in the realm of crypto games so far. And it is fun. I still play it. I just play the competition server, and I'm thinking about doing a video about that, as you can still at least earn something for playing. But that being said, I've been critical of it because the economics obviously isn't working. Town was down to about 1 cent a piece from going up to 68 cents. They were selling these really expensive NFTs, and the problem is you had no chance of making your money back on them. For a while it was working out well, but eventually basically the only use for Town really was just to sell it to cash out. Or at least that's what most people were doing. Technically, yes, you could buy more NFTs with it. It didn't appear to be what people were doing. They were just trying to get their money out of it. And I understand that, man. It's play to earn. So they stopped Town distribution earlier this summer, and it's been a little frustrating. And so far, it's brought a little more new criticism to Gala Games that I think it deserves. It doesn't mean like I hate Gala Games, and obviously I'm doing a video on it, one of their new games. But that said, I mean, we got to be honest about this stuff. And when you promise people that they can earn for something and then you shut that off, that's a big violation of trust. So I just want to put that out there before I get into this video. One of the things I do like about Gala Games is the games that they're developing, at least in principle, look like they're going to be fun, and they look like real games. That's been one of my frustrations with crypto and gaming in general, is a lot of these are they're like Discord games, or they're almost like they're not really true games. And so that's something I like that Gala is doing. The economics seem troubling. They've made their NFTs extraordinarily expensive. And what's your goal for that? If you're going to buy a really expensive NFT to play a game, you expect to be able to earn that money back. Now, that being said, you can play these games for free, you just can't earn on them. And so Townstar, you may or may not decide is fun enough to play on its own. I have been playing the competition server for the last 2 cycles. I have mixed feelings on that. I'll probably make a video on that sometime soon. This game actually looks fun. This is called Heroes Reborn, and it's a lot like Hearthstone, but the gameplay is a little different, we're going to see. Right now, you can download it and play it. It doesn't take a ton of room on your computer, so that's pretty good. If you're tight on space, though, it might be a little troubling. The game is pretty fun. I think it's a little slow paced, but what I did, because I wasn't able to switch to the screen and have it just takes up the full screen, and I can't start the recording and then pull it in. So what I did is I made a recording of it. So we're going to play some of it, and then I'm going to kind of do a voiceover for that. Yeah, so this is the main screen here. You basically select you hit play, you select the class that you want. It probably looks a lot like Hearthstone. It's very much is a lot like Hearthstone. So I think the animation here is pretty cool. Like they did a nice job with how it looks. I happen to be the same. I chose the same character as my opponent this time. And you may notice, I mean, this just looks a lot like Hearthstone. Now, this took a little figuring out here when I first started playing, but this one separates instead of, so there's not like a certain amount of creatures. This is one of my creatures here. And if you click on them, this is one thing I actually don't like about the game. I wish you could just mouse over and it pops up like it does in Hearthstone. But the difference here is you start with, you only get 5 critters. So your critters are the same. I imagine you can buy NFTs later on that are different critters. But you get 5 critters, and then on the bottom you have a bunch of spells. And then as you can see, my little character icon with Applezoid, I have 20 points, and that increases. So that's basically like your mana, like in Hearthstone. The difference is you can spend it either on deploying a critter, and your critters all cost 10, so that's not so bad. Or you can spend it on spells, and your spells give you special abilities in the game. So I can, and then of course attacking also costs. So you see that little 20, I'm pointing at it like you can see me pointing. You see the little 20, the gold 20 on the bottom of my critter. The other one, the shell one, has a gold 25. That's the cost to attack. So unlike Hearthstone, where you get 1 attack unless they have a special ability, I could use 1 critter and attack until I'm out of energy. As you can see, I only have the attack for one or the other right now, the mana, but later on I would actually get more. And I still haven't fully figured out the strategy of how often you should deploy your creatures versus leaving them. They're more vulnerable once they're on the board, but also they can't attack if they're out. So then, as you can see, you can use instead of that, you can use your mana for one of the magic cards and then have them attack that way. That didn't do a whole lot of damage, it didn't seem. So I'm still figuring out, I haven't played a lot of games with this yet, so I'm still kind of figuring out the strategy here, but there's a lot of status effects that can happen. And I like the 3D graphics. I think that's a really cool idea. One of the things you might notice is I feel like Hearthstone is just a faster moving game. I don't think they have really strong limits on how long your opponent can take. And I've also had it got stuck a couple times where it was the opponent's turn and they're not moving, they're not doing anything, but it's also not timing them out. And eventually I just had to quit. And then I take the loss, which kind of sucks, but I haven't won anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I haven't won one of these yet. I suspect that most of the people playing this right now are people who are playing it a lot. So as you can see, I don't have a lot of critters on the board, but I've also done some damage, and they haven't done any damage to me yet. But I'll tell you what, I made some mistakes because I didn't realize the shield worked the way it did. I thought I would just overpower the shield by hitting it. I don't know that that's happened yet. Again, this is a recording, so I'm not doing this live right now. But it is pretty fun. Yeah, see, so I got a little shield right now too. And mine said, actually, I don't have a shield. I don't know what that is. It might be the thing. There's a thing where it's kind of like what do they call it in Hearthstone? I can't remember. There's that thing in Hearthstone where if certain ability makes them, I think it was the shield ability where they have to attack you first. Maybe I did do shield, I don't know. So they have all their creatures out, but it doesn't really matter because they can't all attack. So it's, like I said, I haven't fully figured out the strategy yet, but it is in a lot of ways a lot like Hearthstone. I kind of keep saying that, I suppose. So I'm gonna guess that, because there's like 4 classes of sorcerers, but basically your character, and then there's each one has like 5 different creatures. Some of them overlap, so I gotta think that the NFTs will be where the additional creatures come from. But then maybe they'll have more of them. Yeah, you can see I actually drew first blood on them, and I thought, okay, cool. I wiped one of their guys out. Maybe I'll actually win this one, but The main thing is I attacked one of their creatures 3 times and they deflected all 3 of them. That was one of the turning points of the match, I think. Trying to think if there's anything else to point out. It's really a matter of I think once a turn you get, I forgot what prompts you to get more cards, but you don't get any more creatures. It's 5 total creatures, and then that's that. Yeah, so I think he takes out my mushroom dude. So that's basically it in a nutshell. It's very much like a Hearthstone style game. It is a lot of fun. Like I said, I feel like it's a little slow paced, and maybe there's something they can do to tweak it. But overall, I mean, this is a pretty fun game. And I like the graphics. I like that they're little 3D critters versus I mean, that just seems more that seems more in depth than, like, say, Hearthstone with just flat cards. You know, you actually have your critters look like, it kind of looks like Hero Clicks is what it reminds me of. I never played that one. I had some friends that played it, but it kind of reminds me of that, just the way it's laid out. So anyway, I think that's a lot of fun. Yeah, so to kind of illustrate my point, that was about half of the game. So the game went on for a total of almost 20 minutes for one game, which, as you know, in Hearthstone, most of the games don't take that long. So I guess that's kind of what I mean by slow paced. Like, it just doesn't, it seems like should get pushed along a little faster. Overall, I think this is a fun game. Enjoying playing it, so I'll probably keep playing it every once in a while. Not something anything with Gala Games, I'm taking a real wait and see approach to investing in anything, because I mean, it kind of bothers me that they're still selling NFTs for all these games when they know that they don't even have one of the games economics work. So that's a strong criticism of Gala Games that I have. You know, it's definitely a money grab there. But I give them credit. They are making fun games. You know, I heard someone in my comments called Gala Games a scam, and I definitely would not go that far. I don't think it's a scam. I think they've made some poor choices. I'll put it that way. And I think they need to think more about their fans and the people who are shelling out this money. And so I'm not ready to use the S word on them. I don't think that's true. I think their intentions are good, but also, you know, come on, guys. You can't just like have basically no games earning. Most of your games have been in development since I've been paying attention to Gala. You know, this is the second one to come out, and it's not even really out. I think this is like a beta test. Clearly, you can't buy anything for it yet, so, which is interesting because a lot of them you can. But you know, I do think it's a fun game. I think they did a good job on it, and I hope we keep seeing this with some of their other games. I did also get an early alpha pass to Superior, which I saw on another channel, looks like a lot of fun, but you need a PC. They're not Mac enabled yet, which would have been nice if they had put that in the email they sent out that it's just for PC, but it is what it is. And that's a third-party developer. That's actually by Epic Games. So, you know, that's good. You know, that's a pretty strong game company. Anyway, guys, curious if you've tried this one out yet or what your thoughts are on it. I do really think it looks like a lot of fun. I'm only skeptical of the money part of it, but it's free to play, free to download. So if you want to go check it out, you can do so right now. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always value your comments, so leave your comments below and stay safe out there. And I'll see you in the future.